Hello everybody, my name is Drew Lewis and today I'll be presenting on greenwashing and sustainable design. My focus is on the environmental consequences of false sustainability claims in architecture and interior design. Greenwashing refers to the deceptive practice of marketing products, services, or buildings as environmentally friendly when they are not. In architecture and interior design, this often looks like flashy eco-labels, rooftop gardens, or vague claims of being eco-friendly. But behind the surface, these projects may rely on high-carbon materials, inefficient systems, or toxic finishes. It's important to remember that sustainability isn't just about appearances. It's about measurable impact across the entire life cycle of a building. Greenwashing has several serious consequences. It misleads consumers and communities, making them believe progress is being made when it isn't. It delays climate action by masking real emissions. Buildings already account for about 37% of global carbon emissions. If we exaggerate sustainability claims, we lose valuable time in reducing that footprint. It wastes resources, money, materials, and energy are poured into projects that don't deliver real environmental benefits. Globally, construction demand isn't rising. The World Economic Forum projects that global buildings floor space will double by 2050. If greenwashing continues, emissions will rise drastically instead of falling. Let's look at some common examples. A building marketed as green because it has a rooftop garden, but built with high carbon concrete and runs on inefficient HVAC systems. Projects that receive LEED or WELL certification but fail to meet post-occupancy performance standards. Interiors that promote natural materials, but those materials are unsustainably sourced or treated with harmful chemicals. Now, researchers have identified 6 sins of greenwashing. They are fibbing, vagueness, lesser evils, no proof, hidden trade-offs, and irrelevance. These tactics distract from the real environmental impacts that make sustainability look easier than it is. A clear example is the British Horse Society headquarters in the United Kingdom. This building was promoted as a sustainable headquarters because of its green roof circling an ancient oak tree. It looked really impressive, but in reality, it relied heavily on concrete and steel, which together contribute up to 18% of global CO2 emissions. Post-occupancy evaluations showed higher than expected energy demand. No life cycle assessment was conducted, meaning embodied carbon was ignored. Now, this case shows how visible green features can mask deeper environmental harm. Without transparency and accountability, sustainability can become a marketing tool rather than a measurable practice. Another major issue is waste. Construction and demolition waste accounts for over 30% of global solid waste. UN Habitat projects that this will reach 2.2 billion tons globally by 2025. Greenwashing hides the true life cycle of footprint of materials. For example, bamboo flooring may be marketed as sustainable, but if it's shipped across the world, treated with chemicals, its footprint is far from green. This is why life cycle analysis is critical. We need to evaluate materials from extraction through use to disposal. So what can we do as designers? The life cycle assessment. Always evaluate materials across their full cycle. Another is energy modeling. Buildings consume 31% of global final energy demand. Modeling ensures that actual performance matches its design intent. Another is circular design. Reuse and recycling can reduce construction waste up to 50%. Transparency. Demand clear environmental data from suppliers and contractors. By doing this, we will move beyond surface-level sustainability and towards genuine environmental accountability. The good news is that we have tools to challenge greenwashing. We can design buildings and interiors that reduce carbon emissions, minimize waste, and restore ecosystems. Regenerative design, inspired by biomimicry and circular emission, allows us to create spaces that give back to the environment, not just take less. If we commit to transparency and measurable impact, we can rebuild trust in sustainable design and ensure our work truly benefits both people and the planet. Thank you.